Cincinnati is once again the center of America's riverboat culture, as 9 majestic vessels are going to gather for the America's River Roots Festival.
Yes, and from races to parades to themed cruises and regional cuisine, it's a celebration that you can only experience right here on the Ohio River.
Very cool. And we boarded the Belle of Cincinnati to talk with Captain Alan Bernstein, who's been at the helm of every major riverboat festival in our city's history.
When I was graduating from Woodward High School in Cincinnati, I heard that the Delta Queen was coming to town, but I didn't know much about the Delta Queen. I said, how do you get a job on this boat? And so they sent me to several different people. And the gentleman said, if you're back here at 5 o'clock this evening, we are headed to New Orleans. I ran home. My parents weren't there, so I left them a note. Dear Mom and Dad, I got a job on the Delta Queen. We're headed for New Orleans tonight, and I will call you when I get to New Orleans. And I went all over the United States by riverboat, and we stopped. It was all up and down the Mississippi, all up and down the Ohio River. We were on the Cumberland and the Tennessee River. It was just a magical, and I fell in love with the river. At the time we started with BB Riverboats, 1979, so it was only a few years after I had gotten that job on the Delta Queen, we were in the boat business. My father told me that I was going to learn about boats, and we were going to own boats, and I thought he was crazy. I said, Dad, you're crazy. I had a hard time in high school. How do you think I'm going to pilot boats and do all that? He was dead on right. And he said, not only are you going to learn about boats, you're going to drive them. You're going to learn how to drive a boat, and you're going to have the licenses that you need. I said, Dad, you are crazy. He said, you're going to learn. So that's how it all happened, and it absolutely became true. I am from 1970, this is 2025, and I have been on the river most of those years. This festival with boats only happens in Cincinnati, Ohio. Many cities have tried and have not been successful. And I think that's sort of the specialness of what we do here in Cincinnati. We started Tall Stacks, the very first one, in 1984. And of course, 1988 was a very special year. The waterfront was loaded with beautiful boats, something out of the old scenes that you see in the library, with boat after boat after boat lined up in the Cincinnati skyline. And we sort of reenacted that in a modern day way in 1988. And of course we had 92, 95, 99, 203, and 206. We're all here in Cincinnati. Today, in 2025, the boats aren't as numerous as they were. We've got 9, and actually that's a pretty good number, because someone said, well, you had 17 or 19 in one of the tall sides. Yeah, but a lot of those boats are either not available, they were sold, so I think everybody needs to come down to Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky and take pictures and remember this event, because it's a spectacle, and it only happens in Cincinnati. Every boat will be in a race during the event. I think the special race is going to be on Sunday evening, and that is going to be the Belle of Louisville, which is a real steamboat, against the Natchez, which is the other real steamboat. And the 2 steamboats are going to be in an old steamboat race. That will be followed by a light up in the evening parade with all the boats lit up, which all of them are very, very pretty at night. And they will come by and pass downtown. And then at the end of that is going to be the final fireworks. And then the event will be officially over. Come down to the festival, enjoy it, look at the boats. The Natchez is going to be the star of the show, and I think the Belle of Louisville will be the second star of the show because they're the two steamboats. The boat from Memphis is coming up with Memphis cuisine. The boat from Pittsburgh is going to bring down Pittsburgh cuisine. I know the Quad City boat is going to be heavy with beef, and the St. Paul boat will bring some St. Paul taste down to Cincinnati. And when you go online, you'll see all that, but it's going to be very interesting. I hope people are going to enjoy that. It's the first time in any of the tall stacks that we permitted or wanted them to bring their cuisine to Cincinnati.